Okay, we left off and I was talking about organization points. So if you continually leave items in your locker, you're going to lose organization points, and that's going to hurt your grade because you're wasting class time. You're not staying organized, and that needs to have an effect on your grade. And finally, I mentioned this right before the end of part one, the part one video. If you have repeated late assignments, I reserve the right to make you come in at recess to complete that work. Okay, extra help. Do not hesitate to ask for extra help. At USM, as you get into the heart of 7th grade and then 8th grade and then upper school, you realize that in order to be truly successful, in order to excel at a school like this, you have to see your teachers regularly outside of class. You need their feedback, you need to ask them questions, and when something is confusing, or you want me to look at something that you've written, a possible essay answer for an essay test, or even if it's something for Mr. Jacobs, you're preparing for the science final exam in January, and he's given you some possible essay questions, and you've written out what you think would be a good answer, and you want some feedback on that. I'm more than happy to do that, but you need to, this year especially, begin to realize when you need some extra help, when you might be a little bit confused, when you want some clarification, and come and see me. I'm available for extra help during recess, before school, and almost every day after school. And I will be available during many of your study halls. So just see me and let me know when is a good time. I can write you a pass to get out of study hall, or pop in after school or during recess any day. Your grade in 7th grade English is broken down in the following ways. 15% of your grade is your journal entry, and we'll talk about that briefly in the next day or so. Your quizzes and tests are 25% of your grade, or a quarter of your grade. In-class assignments and the way that you participate and cooperate and work with your classmates in class is 10% of your grade. Essays and projects, writing assignments, and so on, that's 25% of your grade. Homework is 15%, and then organization and how much effort you put into staying organized is another 10%. Writing assignment grades I made a special slide for that because you will be doing quite a few writing assignments this year, and writing is different than a test or a quiz. Writing is something that only gets better with a certain amount of time, a certain amount of drafts, and a certain amount of effort put into it. So therefore, if you hand in a final draft of an essay or of a short story, and you're not satisfied with the grade that I give you on that, you can always rewrite a writing assignment. Before you get a final grade, you'll go through multiple drafts, and you'll get feedback from your classmates, from peer editing worksheets and activities I ask you to do. You'll read your own writing out loud multiple times. You'll be asked to read it out loud to your parents and get their signature that they heard you read it out loud occasionally, and then you will hand it in for a final grade after you've gotten some initial feedback from me too. But then if that final grade is not satisfactory to you, you can always do another draft, because writing is never really done. So if you wanted to take one more stab at it, you're welcome to do that. Okay, so you can rewrite for an entirely new grade if you meet with me beforehand and we discuss what improvements should be made. So don't just take it, run off with it, and then come back with a new draft. You need to meet with me, you need to keep all of your initial drafts, and you need to tell me your plan, and I need to okay that, and then you can do another draft. Quiz retakes, you'll be allowed to retake one quiz per quarter in the first, second, and third quarters, and then I will average your original score with your retake score. In the fourth quarter, you're not allowed to do retakes. Extra credit will be awarded for outside reading, which you'll be doing in org class all the time. Every 500 pages that are read, you'll get 1 extra credit point. I cannot give you more than 5 extra credit points per quarter. So that's sort of a bummer for the people who read like crazy, but that's the best way that I could devise to keep it fair for all readers. And you'll need to, on the wiki space, see how to enter a review into the Shelfari page. Sometimes you can do journal entries and extra vocabulary assignments for extra credit as well. And we will stop here.